Hi guys. So this is a blanket I've been working on, and this is a stitch we're going to go over today. It's called a link single crochet. Now if you've been with me a while and watched a lot of my videos, you might think I've done this one before, but I did the double crochet, linked double crochet together, and this is the single. Now this is done in a bulky yarn. It's the Burnett blanket yarn, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. Um, I'm going to be doing this in three types of ways. Now, the bulky yarn I love, and I upsized mine hook for this one, and it's very flowy. Now, I've done another one, and it's not here. It's it's a tighter, and so very stiff, and that was done with the hook that it recommends. So we're going to talk about picking your hook for this stitch. Now I did a little sample using a 5 weight, and you can kind of see what it looks like. Whoops, it's upside down. And kind of give you a look. Now I did this with a 5mm to show see how stiff it is. You can do that and make it a really thick blanket or pattern, whatever you're going to use it to make this with. Or you could do it with a size up, which is what I'm going to do. And we're going to just start that here. Maybe. It's a very simple stitch. It doesn't take a long time. Let's put our little sample away. And we're just going to get started. And this doesn't take long. It's in any number of stitches you want. So that makes it just always make your project as long as you would like. We are going to do a small sample because of just to get you a feel of what you like or what it's like. Now I went from that one was a 5, the green was a 5, like I mentioned. I went up to a 6. I'm using the Susan Bates hook. Let me see if I can get that. Is it going to show? Oh, maybe not. All right. Well, can I get this to focus today? But we're going to use a 6mm. So once you make your project as long as you like, you're just going to go into your second stitch. You're going to skip 1 and 2, and we're going to make a single crochet. So we are going to make a single crochet in our first stitch every time. Now, you're going to have 2 loops from that single crochet. We're going to go into this one, and then we're going to go into our next stitch. Draw up a loop, and you're going to have 3. So yarn over, go through all 3. Now this stitch here is important to be loose because we are going to go back into it. So let's come back out. So now that we've linked them together, you can see our 3 stitches. We're going to go into this last one, and if it's a little looser, it makes it easier. And then we're just going to go ahead and repeat that. And I kind of hold my stitch down a little bit to kind of make sure I don't tighten it up. Let's do that again. I'll go through. We're going to pause there, go into the next stitch, yarn over, bring up a stitch. And I'm going to kind of hold, see right here, I'm holding that so I don't pull it tight, real tight. Okay. And that way it's a little easier to get into. We don't want to make it too loose, but we want to make it easy to, do our next stitch. And I'll show you the difference. We're going to start this, and let's do this one just a little bit tighter. So you pull up as a rule, and then it could be harder to get your hook into that stitch. So that's the reason. Try to make it just a little bit looser to make it easy to work. Uh-oh, come on. Oh, I've lost my stitch. Hold on. There we go. Then we're going to go in. As I said, I just kind of hold the base of that stitch, hoping to make it just a little bit looser. What am I catching threads? Here we go. And then we're just going to do that to the end. once you get it, it goes smooth and it doesn't take a lot of time. And now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn. Remember what we said, we're going to start with a single crochet on each row, and then go through that second loop of that single crochet, and then we're just going to start again. We're going into both, that V shape on top, we're going through both of those and just linking them together, and that's what we're going to be doing, and that's all it is. It's building up. You're going to have your 3, you're going to go into your last one here and make your next stitch. And we're going to look at my big fluffy blanket here to see what pretty pattern I think is really nice. I really like it with the blanket yarn. As I said, I've already made one and I'm working on my second one. I had always tried to figure out what I was going to do with this yarn, the bulky yarn or the blanket yarn, because I couldn't think of what stitch to use. And when I started doing this one, it will be my favorite for the blanket yarn, I think. So we're just going to do one more row. And this one could be just a little more trickier. So we want to kind of find it. That top, is that it? Yep, there we go. And do our last stitch. There we go. And then chain 1. And it's just a 1 row repeat. And just remember, you start off with a single crochet. You're going to go to your last loop. When you're looking at this, you're going to see your loops to the side, and you're always going to take the last one. So we have 1, 2, 3. We're going to go into our last one and make that. It makes a very nice tight stitch, so it could be used for many good things that you want maybe a tight weave on. And you get a little bit looser if you go up a hook, of course, but you still get something thick, which is nice right now, especially if it's getting cold. Which brings me, how is your weather? I live in Western Kentucky, and I tell you what, I had to go grocery shopping just because I had to. But we're supposed to get snow, and you talk panic shopping. I hope it's not as bad as everybody thinks it is. All right, so there it is on that. And let's look at the blanket yarn. Okay, so what I'm using is, this one's the Barnett Blanket Tie Dye-ish. I got it on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $3.74. Walmart just had some of the Barnett blanket yarn on clearance too. Not all, they don't always do it all at the same time. But here's the stitch. And I mean, and as I said, this is going to be my favorite for this blanket yarn, I believe. And you can kind of see the pattern where it forms in the bigger blanket. Well, it's about halfway done right now. So I hope you enjoyed this stitch, and thanks for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If you're getting bad weather, please be safe and snug and warm. And I will be talking to you soon. Bye for now, guys.